What's up, guys? Nick McDonald here. Oh, we're ready? We're back with another video, and today I wanted to talk to you about how to pick stocks when you're a new investor. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, man, there's so much to choose from. How do I even begin? I don't know what I'm doing. Relax. I got you. But before we get into which stocks you should be picking, I need you to pick up your hand and smash the like button or hit the bell and subscribe. That way you can get notified when I make weekly videos like this, and I can help you with your financial or investing concerns. Now, when picking stocks, especially as a new investor, it's important to use a couple of philosophies. The first philosophy I got from Warren Buffett, and it goes, whenever you buy a stock, make sure it's something that you would want to own the rest of your life. Meaning, if you were to fall asleep right now for 30 years, when you wake up way down the road, is this stock going to still be profitable? Is this going to be a company that's still doing well in the future world 30 years from now? If it is, then that's something you definitely want to own. The companies that survive recessions or economic downturns or even a pandemic, those are the names that you really want to be in because they're built to last. They're solid. They show that no matter what arises in life, they're able to adapt to the change. And changes will happen. Life will be interrupted. It's not just going to be smooth sailing from today to the rest of our life. We may escape this pandemic and something new comes up next month or next year. We don't know that. But there will be something down the road because interruptions do happen in life. You know, we had the Great Depression once upon a time, and then we had the stock market crash in 2008. Now we have this pandemic. So the market crashes, but it always comes back up. And some things crash and never come back. But if you have solid names in your portfolio, you'll bounce back. Trust me, you'll bounce back. So you're probably saying to yourself, okay, Nick, I could definitely do that. I can invest in something that I plan to own the rest of my life. Hell, that's probably the smart bet. I want something that I'm going to be serious about. But I still have no idea what to buy. Give me a specific name. And that's where my second philosophy comes in. And that is... don't laugh. Just look around the house. Hell, there's quality names all around the house. Right under your nose. You go in your fridge. There's a can of Coke or a can of Pepsi. Quality names. You go in your wallet or your purse. You see your Wells Fargo debit card or your Bank of America debit card. Quality names to invest in. You go in the bathroom, you see Johnson & Johnson baby powder. Or your closet where you see Nike hats, Nike shirts. Quality names to invest in. It's really not that hard. The answers are right around you in your home. And that method of looking around the house for names to invest in when you're starting out, that actually came from a certified stock market professional analyst who's on TV every weekday at 6 p.m. Mad Money's own Jim Cramer. That's where I got that tip. And it works. To be honest with you, it sounds funny, but it actually works. Quality names are all around you in your own home. You just don't know it. Just look around. You'll find something great to invest in. Okay, so you found a few names that you think you might want to invest in and you're ready to go ahead and start buying shares. Stop. Not yet. You have to do your due diligence and research the financials of the company. You have to always research the company you're getting ready to invest in. You want to know things like, who's the CEO? Is this company growing within the United States? Is it growing outside of the United States? Are they in debt? What are their financials like over the last 5-10 years? Are they growing year to year? Are they more profitable this year than they were last year? These are all things that you need to know before you go ahead and invest your hard-earned money. You don't want to go ahead and buy 50, 100 or more shares of something and then it goes right down the tubes. Personally, one of the first things that I do whenever I'm getting ready to invest in a new company that I think I might like, I always check what they've done over the last 5 years. A chart of the last 5 years kind of tells me what direction the company's heading in. If you see that it's up 150% and the CEO is done great, and this company has very little competition and they've adapted to the changes, they're investing money where they need to be investing and they're paying down debt, that's a company that I like. Now, if you see that they've kind of not really done anything, it's pretty much just been kind of like sideways movement, just a sideways stock, no growth, or it's even worse, it's going down over the last 5 years. Don't take a chance on that. Even if you hear good news, exciting news about the company, chances are it may not be enough to uplift them. You don't know why they've been going down or not making any upward progress. So that's the first main indicator that I like to look for. The second is who the CEO is, what their background is, how they're running the company. If they're a CEO who's pretty reputable in the game, that's a company that I'll definitely check off and add to my watch list before I buy. If it's a CEO who doesn't have an outstanding track record, that says a lot about where the company's going to go, believe it or not. Now, another thing that I like to look for is companies that don't face much competition because they're the only ones that pretty much do what they do. I know I said those names before, but I'm going to say them again. Coke. Nobody knows how to make Coca-Cola. I think it's pretty safe to say that the only company that they have to worry about is Pepsi, and vice versa. The only company that Pepsi has to worry about is Coke. Besides those two, there's nobody else in the world who can make cola just like Pepsi or Coke. Sure, you see a ton of other sodas in the supermarket, but are any of them at the level that Coke and Pepsi are at? No. And a lot of them are actually owned by Coke and Pepsi. So those companies would be considered a moat. A moat, by the very definition, is a little island surrounded by water that nothing can make its way to. Nothing can come try to take over that island. They used to build castles once upon a time on little moats. And the only way you can make your way to the castle to attack is you have to let down a drawbridge. So look for companies that are pretty much dominating their field and there's no other threats of competition, and those would be considered a moat. Alright, so that about does it for today's video. And I'm pretty sure that if you use some of those methods that I gave you earlier, you will find some winners. Guaranteed. Those are what I used when I started investing, and it should work for you. Just take your time, do your homework, do your research, and just look around. It's not hard to find some quality, long-term winning stocks to start out with. And I gotta throw out one disclaimer. I'm not a licensed stockbroker, nor am I a financial advisor of any kind. I'm pretty much just a guy on YouTube who knows a lot about finance and stocks. Don't worry, I know a thing or two. And if you haven't already done so, you can just, I don't know, maybe smash that like button or subscribe to my channel and drop a comment down below. I would really appreciate that. Thanks.